Hey, it's Ramsey Dewey, the MMA coach at the JX Fight Club in Shanghai, China. But you may notice I'm not at the gym, I'm not in Shanghai, I'm not even in China right now. I'm on vacation in Los Angeles, California. Shout out to my Southern California friends. So recently my channel passed the 100,000 subscriber mark, and a lot of you have been asking for a 100,000 subscriber special. So okay, here you go. Thank you. Because really that's all I can say. People have been congratulating me. Congratulations, Ramsey, like I did something really important. Whereas it was you guys who clicked that subscribe button and tuned in to hear what I had to say or show or teach. And thank you for that. Thank you for that. I started this YouTube channel 13 years ago. Yeah, way back when YouTube was brand new. And I don't even remember if subscribers were a thing back then, but the reason I started this YouTube channel was to practice talking to people. And this is going to be a different video because I'm going to read some mean comments. Most of the comments I get are super nice, super generous, and amazing. And some of them bring literal tears to my eyes, the stories you guys share with me. And the bulk of my videos, all of my videos, except for this one, I'm going to dedicate to that one. I'm going to start with this angry comment from our friend James, who apparently is having a rough day, and he watched my most recent video and he said, "Stop making 20-minute videos, you bald, own voice-loving clown." And the reason I'm reading this one first is because I've got a lot of comments from people saying, "Oh, this guy loves the sound of his own voice." And I'm going to tell you, the reason I started this YouTube channel is because I did not love the sound of my own voice. I hated it. I hated talking. It scared the crap out of me. It's something I was absolutely no good at. I don't care what your voice sounds like. If you don't have the knowledge and experience of speaking to people, if you don't have the gift of the gab, if you will, it won't do you any good. So I have struggled with speech impediments my whole life. I'm a first-generation American. I was born in a small town in Idaho called New Plymouth. For all the folks out there in Payette County, southwestern Idaho. And I was raised by a woman from England. My mother is from northern England, where they speak a very different dialect of the English language than what you hear in a small, rural American town. And when you pronounce words differently than the average person, that's enough to get you beaten up in small-town USA. And so I got bullied quite a lot, which is what got me into martial arts, because I was looking for a way out, a way to fight back. And I spent a great deal of time focusing on hand-to-hand combat, on resolving physical confrontations with physical violence. In the second half of my life, however, I realized something perhaps even more important is being able to own your own voice and to use that in a way that pushes you and everyone around you in a positive direction. So I had that goal. I was no good at that, but I had that goal. So I decided to put myself in all of these situations that caused anxiety, that forced me out of my comfort zone, that forced me to be in front of other people. And one of those was YouTube. A friend of mine sent me a YouTube video when it was brand new, and I was like, oh wow, anybody can put this up on the internet. That's amazing. I'm going to give this a try. And so, yeah, I started talking about stuff that interested me. And that just happened to be, well, martial arts, fighting, combat sports, that sort of thing. And people responded to that. And that shocked me to the core. How are these people interested in this stuff that I'm interested in the way that I'm presenting it? That's amazing. And so many people since then, I would say, have fallen in love with my voice. And, you know, that's great. That's great. So when people tell me that I'm in love with my own voice, or I'm a own voice loving clown, like our friend James says, that's kind of brings a smile to my face. So thank you, James, for taking time out from your rough day, because, you know, people don't leave comments like that when they're having a good time. So James, my heart goes out to you, my friend. I hope life is, I hope life gets better for you today. Next. Our next mean comment comes from our friend Steve, who says, "Why do you speak like a twat?" A twat? I don't actually know what that means. Let's look it up. Twat definition. Noun, vulgar slang. 1. A person regarded as stupid or obnoxious to a woman's genitals. Okay. So I assume you're speaking figuratively, because genitals can't talk. So why do I speak like a person regarded as stupid or obnoxious? Well, Steve, obviously you regard me as stupid or obnoxious. So there you go. There's your answer. Next. Our next mean comment comes from our friend Marion, who says, all caps, wow. Mr. Ramsey, perhaps you should start to think about a career change, okay? You got a good beating up in the past, so how can you teach your BS stuff when you are a loser? When you talk as if you were an authority in the matter. Why is a loser behaving like a winner? That's a great question. Why is a loser behaving like a winner? Okay. I gotta start over. Why is a loser behaving like a winner? Can you explain that, Mr. Ramsey? And I dislike how you use your voice as if you were having some very ancient secrets or I'm sorry, Marion. I'm sorry. There's more to this. As if you were having some very ancient secrets. Your explanations are boring. I suppose your Chinese bill payers think that you are great. Good for you, buddy. You will not be able to open a gym like that in the U.S. Take bro shalom. Okay. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. I hate the way you use your voice as if you have some very ancient secrets. Wow. Thank you for that, Marion. That was amazing. That was one of the most amazing mean comments I've ever read in my life, and I love it. I love it. I mean, wow. Next mean comment comes from our friend Dave. Dave says, maybe you should just keep your thoughts to yourself. You will look more sane that way. True. If we all kept our thoughts to ourselves and never spoke to another soul, we would seem fine. But here's the thing, none of us really are. So open your mouths and talk to the folks around you, guys. Because keeping all that stuff inside of you is gonna kill you. Our next mean comment comes from a guy who identifies as Trump. Mr. President? Anyway, commented on a video where myself and 4 of my students did some kind of demonstration of martial arts technique, and he says, you 3 are MMA fighters? I think I could beat any one of you. 3. 5 is a little different than 3, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, if you guys want to come and spar at the gym, man, we're open. Well, I'll be back in Shanghai August 8th, but yeah, we take all comers. You know, even if you want to do it on a lark, I'm more than happy to. So, yeah, you're welcome, Mr. Trump. Mr. President, come on over. Oh, hey, I was just trying that thing that guy said about not speaking so that I look more sane. So, yeah, how'd that work out? Let's see, our next mean comment comes from Carlos, who says, I saw your fight against Isa in Singapore. Not impressed with your technique. Not impressed at all. Try winning. Ooh, okay. Man, I was not impressed with that fight either. I had a fight 10 years ago, for those of you who don't know, against Leandro Isa, world Brazilian black belt, world champion. I said world twice to emphasize how much of a world champion he was. But yeah, third degree black belt, Leandro Isa. UFC veteran, Leandro Isa. Yeah, that was a terrible fight. That was a terrible fight for a lot of reasons, man. Try winning. That's great retroactive advice. I'm going to go take your advice, my friend. I will build myself a time machine. I will travel back in time 10 years. And then I will go and try winning for a change. Our next comment comes from JK, who says, why the 1980s Kung Fu movie voice? 1980s Kung Fu movie voice. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Well, young grasshopper, let me explain it like this to you. I have the 1980s Kung Fu movie voice because my words do not always match my lips, and I also really like Kung Fu, and so, obviously, they would use my voice for movies like that. And furthermore, next comment. Our next mean comment comes from Mortgage Financing, who says, this guy is just plain weird. I concur. Next.